Hello, hello. This is part two of many, many to come. We're doing the Saturday, February 1st, 2025. Full disclosure, today is the 11th. I have been away for almost 2 weeks, so I haven't looked at crosswords in a while. We did just do the Tuesday. We got that gold star. Now we're going back, or we're blue starring everything else. Okay, so we're starting with the Saturday here. We warmed up on the Tuesday. That was fun. We did it in about 13 minutes while we were talking and all that. That was great. I heard this one is supposed to be relatively easy or easier than the other one, so I guess I'm going into this with that sort of expectation. I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably bad, but anyways, might as well just try to see how far we can get. Experience that'll change one's mind. Yeah, sure. Blank Fierce one time Beyonce persona. Is that Sasha Fierce? I am Sasha Fierce, or is that someone else? Maybe that's like a Disney Channel thing. But no, okay. I'm keeping that in as a guess. Broad views. I'm not totally sure. Up to, like as of yet or something. Dessert often flavored with cinnamon and vanilla. Maybe like a churro. A donut of sorts. Back away from my doghouse. This could be like a growl or a grr. Given under pressure is to maybe cave in. I don't know. Beef. Not sure if that's referring to the meat or like the beef. What's another word for beef? Like the disputes between rappers or something? I don't know. Old Oath, Engage, Wild West Outlaw. What might check your id? Your ego and your id? ID being lowercase kind of makes me think that it's referring to the Freudian id, ego, super ego thing. Setting for the Times Square ball drop. Huh. I feel like I should know this considering. Well, to be fair, I've never gone to the Times Square ball drop. It seems too crowded. Way too crowded for my tastes. Sojourner Truth's speech in which she said, "You need not be afraid to give us our rights." Okay, so not too many acrosses so far. At least none that we're confident enough to put in. So let's go to the downs. Co-chase. Yeah, I don't know if I read that correctly. Calf length pants. Maybe it's capris. To an extent. Sweetly in music. Foot slog. First sign in the Chinese zodiac. This is gonna be rat. Yep, and it's just now. The reason why I was gone. We celebrated the Chinese Lunar New Year, Year of the Snake. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Love your work. Typical Little League coaches might be like parents. Yeah. Dubious is maybe sus in modern lingo. Blank of Avonlea, no idea. Many a child actor's manager is probably a parent or a guardian. It's not like mother, father, sibling, not even. Main script of written Japanese. Hayagama. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like it's going to be something like that. Finish line. This could be like a line in like a play, like the end of a play or a musical. I honestly don't know. Up to back away from my doghouse. Collegiate focus could be a major. Discipline. Play areas that, despite their name, are actually squares. Ball pits? Sand boxes? What are squares? Play areas, huh? I don't know. Things to avoid at all costs. Coils. Till one has loved and blank, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. Blank Missouri tribe. Is that gonna be Oto? Lee. Is this an Ang Lee joint? I think we just talked about Sense and Sensibility the other day when I was away. That's one of my mom's favorite movies. But I don't think I've seen it. Or if I have, I was very, very young. E to F is a... That's like a full musical step. Part of some beauty treatments in the lunar cycle. Napa neighbor. Sonoma. Could it be Sonoma? Maybe. Napa County, Sonoma County. I used to visit there kind of relatively frequently, so maybe I'd have some knowledge. Hopefully that's correct. Brief getaway for newlyweds. And it's not honeymoon, huh? Word between two names. Maybe it's AKA. That's not a word though. Maybe it's ni. This is probably gonna be Oto. Grab bag contents. Degree held by Shaq and Melinda Gates. No clue. Amp up. Tools for certain appraisers, where sub ID means hello. Oh, no. They're herd in a herd. Cows, maybe? I don't know. You can herd a lot of things. Maybe it's sheep. Ewes, even. Solo, could be lone. Pseudoscientific bodily emanations. Maybe it's aura. So sometimes they pluralize aura into AE. Maybe it's just AS. I'm not sure. Morphine source. Figure in history or math. Passing author Larson. Attacks in the press. Sinuous. And five-limbed marine creatures. Maybe this is just going to be starfish. I don't know. Okay, so definitely not quite as easy as I thought it would be. I guess it is still a Saturday puzzle after all. Anyways, we missed some of these down, so let's come back. Center of a revolution. Center of a revolution. Unguarded on the field. Maybe it's wide open. Ta-da. Yeah, that could be a number of things. So, share the bill is to maybe go Dutch. That's something, right? I think that means to split costs evenly between a group that practices baptism for the dead. I don't know. Many Everest climbers could be Sherpas. Render pointless is to like erode or to rub off. Instrument that might contain dried beans. Ooh, like one of those like rain, the things that were like maraca fits, but then starfish would be wrong. I don't know how comfortable I am with that. Flat-topped straw hat. Flat-topped straw hat. I don't know. Look at critically. 12 Angry Men director, I don't know. Grump, how a home might be sold in a seller's market. Blank day. Business with lockers, restoring valuables. It's probably gonna be Jim, right? CP. Okay, something's not right here. I'm gonna take out Go Dutch. I think Sherpa I'm more comfortable with than Go Dutch. Solo. Coils. This could be like twines. Could it be like well, actually, I don't know. Play areas. Tools for certain appraisers. Things to avoid at all costs. Amp up. Maybe it's rev up. They're herd in a herd. Is it just gonna be cows? Ta-da. Maybe it's not rev. Morphine source, passing author, sinuous. Grab bag contents. Brief getaway. Okay, so reading the clues over and over again isn't going to help here. Setting for the time score. Engage. Given under pressure. Maybe this could just be crack. To crack under pressure. Could this be landscapes? No, it can't be. Panoramas. Panoramas. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Broad views. If you want to take a wide or a long, maybe tall picture on your phone, you can take a panorama. Dessert often flavored with cinnamon and vanilla. I don't know what this means, and I don't want to keep reading it differently, because then I sound stupid. To an extent. Until, in so far, sweetly in music, foot slog, could be a trek. Love your work, I'm a fan. Yes. Experience that'll change one's mind. Something acid trip. Okay. Understood. An acid trip would change your state of mind, certainly. Typical Little League coaches probably is going to be parents. Dessert often flavored with cinnamon and vanilla. Something tart. Something tart. Beef. Could be feud. That's the word I was looking for. Wild West Outlaw? I don't know. Collegiate focus could be studies, perhaps. Not majors, but studies. Play areas that, despite the name, are actually squares. That suggests to me that it's gonna be like a shape here. But I don't know. Wild West Outlaw. Bonnie and Clyde. Were they Wild West or were they just criminals? Wild West Outlaw. Oh, a bandit. It's not gonna be a proper noun. It's gonna be a not proper noun. A regular noun? Non-proper noun. Bandit, the generic bandit. Coils, maybe it is twines. I'm just gonna guess for now. E to F, is that a semitone? I thought maybe what I'm thinking of, a semitone was like in between, like, oh, I guess that is what this is, like the notes or the pitch in between like two musical notes in Western notation. But I don't know. That's probably some Jacob Collier's stuff that I'm that I'm not knowledgeable enough about. But I guess E to F, it could be a semitone. Play areas that, despite their name, are actually squares. Diamonds. Like a baseball diamond. Sure. I guess that makes sense. Sojourner Truth's speech. Okay. Something woman. Yeah, this is gonna be a mom, right? So maybe this is woman. Maybe this is stage mom. Old oath. Back away from my doghouse could be, instead of growl, it could be snarl. Up to could be until. Maybe it's up till. No, they wouldn't have up in the clue and the answer. Okay. So this is probably gonna be Anne or Anna. Hiragana. Is it Hirogana or Hiragana? That I'm not sure. Finish line is all done. Old oath. This could be Egad, which is, to my knowledge, more of like an exclamation, but I guess maybe it's like oh God, or like dear God. Maybe that's an oath of sorts. Things to avoid at all costs. Big something, maybe. Grab bag contents. Okay, so we feel pretty good about this whole section. Parents, huh? Sweetly in music, to an extent. Engage. Part of some beauty treatments. And the lunar cycle starting with W. Brief getaway for newlyweds. Could this be like an M something A? Maybe it's Morocco. Maybe it is Morocco. We're gonna take out starfish. I liked you, but it doesn't quite fit. Look out critically. Two. Not sure. Flat topped straw hat. Is this NBA? Shaquille O'Neal played in the NBA, got an NBA. It feels right, but I don't know. I don't know what that language is. Figure in history or math. Attacks in the press. 5-limbed marine creatures. How a home might be sold in a seller's market. Please. Share the bill. Is it diamonds? Diamonds feels right. What were the other downs here? Till one has loved an blank. Oh, so this must be ain't I a woman? Because this has to be a vowel. I guess isn't I a woman? It's probably gonna be ain't, and this is gonna be big something. Until one has loved an blank, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. And angel? Big loss. You would want to avoid a big trouble. Center of a revolution. That's kind of tricky. Ta-da. Share the bill. Group that practices baptism for the dead. Render pointless. Be to dull. Make something dull. Like to, what's the opposite of sharpening a pencil? A grump. I don't know where morphine comes from. I don't know what that book or article is. Sinuous. Oshis. Engage. What was this? Dessert. It's gonna be something tart. Fruit tart. Spice tart. Egg tart. No. Okay, so we're kind of stuck. This is fine though, because it's only been 17 minutes. We've spent way longer on Saturdays before. And we're coming off of having not looked at a crossword for like 2 weeks. So like, honestly, we're pretty golden. I'm not worried yet. Although to be fair, I am like really tired. So maybe that's also part of it. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. I tried, believe me, I tried. And normally that's not a problem for someone like me. But I have to say, jet lag is a hell of a drug. Render pointless. Maybe this is like a vowel. Diamonds. Maybe it's a vowel. Maybe it ends in S. Sheds. Certain appraisers. I don't know what that means really. I haven't had to use my brain very much for the last 2 weeks. So like this is kind of new for me and it's hard. I forgot how annoying it is to have to think. Attacks in the press. You would launch like a smear campaign. 5-limbed marine creatures. And it's not starfish, huh? It's not starfish. Could this be Maracai? Plural? But if it was plural, then it would be instruments, not instrument singular, right? Unless it's not Maraca. It could totally be something else. How a home might be sold in a seller's market. Do people sell homes like as is? Is that weird? I know people sell things as is. Maybe what if this was gym? History or math? Is this going to be a name? Pythagoras? Is this going to be a name or is this going to be some term? Epis something? I don't know. Attacks in the press. Yeah, maybe it's not a gym. Business with lockers for storing valuables. I mean, a gym does have lockers. That's all I'm going to say about that. Things to avoid at all costs. This feels like the most gettable, at least for right now. Things to avoid at all costs. Big something, huh? Big loss. That's share the bill. That's another one that we maybe could get. Share the bill. Group that practices baptism for the dead. Could this be end in S? Sinuous. Like stringy? Is that what that means? Sinuous. Or could it mean like strong or sturdy? 5-limbed marine creatures. Star. What if this was as is? Sabaidi, huh? Sabaidi? That's another one I should probably not be saying out loud that often. Because I feel like I'm definitely saying it wrong. Look at it critically. Maybe this is to assess? Could it just be assess? Could be. Could this be an MBA then? Figure in history or math. Maybe it's something space. Maybe it's not space. Share the bill. Maybe it's not Sherpas. Although it's probably gonna be plural. Could this be stars? Maybe it's something like sea stars. Could this be like pieces? Maybe it's attacks like the noun. Like a article could be like a piece, maybe. Flat top straw hat. I don't know what they're called. In fact, I don't even know. I can't even like imagine one in my mind. I don't know what they look like. Okay, so this is gonna be spa though. Something space, it feels like to me. Or something state. State feels more right. Attacks in the press. Like smear pieces. Blank state. Maybe it's slate? Blank slate? Parts of some beauty treatments in the lunar cycle. Let's come back to this one. It's singular part. Beauty treatments. Lunar cycle. Waning? Waxing? Maybe it's waxing. Like a moon? Wait. Waxing? Maybe? Axe something? Maybe this is just axis. When things revolve, they spin on an axis. Until one has loved an animal. Maybe it's an animal. Like a pet. Yeah, sure. Brief getaway? Grab bag contents. Ta-da starting with A, huh? Allow me. Allow moi? Yeah, no, it's not gonna be that. But I did think of, if this is big N, it starts with N, this could be a big no-no. I think that's a pretty common, maybe not common, but it feels sort of like crosswordese to put that in. To share the bill. Is it to go Dutch? Cross state? Solo. Starting with ST. I'm assuming this is like to mean alone or by oneself. As opposed to like Han Solo or Ben Solo, which are proper nouns. Or the card game Solo, which is basically knockoff Uno. Knockoff but better Uno. It's this and that's maybe ids and odds. Figure in history or math. I don't think it's gonna be Dutch. Maybe it is go something. Is a brief getaway for Nulia is gonna be like a mini moon? I haven't heard of that before, but with the letters that we have there, it feels like it makes sense. Mini moon? It's like a mini honeymoon. Ta-da! And is it like voila? Maybe it's moose. And voila. Maybe it's just odds and ends. Yeah, that's a saying. I was thinking like, what is ids and odds? Ib and Ob is a video game that I played with my good friend, but I mean, it's one of those cozy co-op games. But anyways, that's maybe why I thought of that. Group that practices baptism for the dead. Mormons? I watched the Book of Mormon. I don't feel like they said anything about baptism for the dead. Maybe they did, but I just don't remember. They did say plenty about many other things, like getting your own planet post-mortem. Morphine source. Larson. Don't know. And sinuous. No. Grump. Morphine. Opium. Yes. Okay. Grump. Blank day. I don't know. I've put in go Dutch so many times, but now with odds and ends there, it feels like it's right. But what could this be? Tools for certain appraisers. To render pointless. Solo. Okay, well, maybe we can get this. Is this Laos? And boater? The boater hat? Laos. I feel like Laos is another crosswordese answer. 4 very common letters. But yeah, I can't say I'm familiar with actual... Is it Laotian? Is that the language? Or is that... Yeah, I don't know. But I'm not familiar with the language they speak there. Oh no, that's just Lao, right? The language is just Lao, but can't say I speak it. But I guess Sabaidi means hello. Is just my guess from that clue. Figure in history or math? This is really killing me. It's something state. Is it spa? Is it lutet? All of these feel right. Lutet? Pieces. Something pieces. Hate pieces? Hot pieces? Could they just be called hot pieces? Many Everest climbers. Maybe this is an animal. Maybe this is not a Sherpa or a person. No. Many Everest climbers. To render pointless. To negate, perhaps? Solo. Ludes? Louvs? What if this was hot? Many Everest climbers? Ends in O's? Ends in O's, huh? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's hit pieces makes more sense. In which case, I'm thinking this is gonna be stag. Class state. It's gonna be classmate. Cause okay, I was looking at this. I thought it might be Nepalese. But then I was like, what is blank state? What is class state? But no, it's gonna be classmate. Figure in history or math. They're just subjects that you learn in school. They're just classes. Okay, so the figure is gonna be the classmate. I don't know what loops are. I can't believe I entered and removed Go Dutch like 3 times, and it ended up being, or it seemingly it's ending up to be correct. I guess Sherpas was what threw me off earlier. I was more confident about that, and that was wrong. But okay, I feel comfortable with this section. Okay, so now we have. Let's come back to this tart. My eyes are so dry. I'm not even wearing contacts or anything. I have 20/20 vision. That's a lie. I haven't gotten an eye test in a while, but it's definitely not 20/20. But it is good enough to not need glasses to drive. But anyways, my eyes are so dry. Blank tart. Maybe this is. Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be like, if this has to be a vowel, maybe it's gonna be apple tart. Could this be like Apache? I don't know what that really means. Maybe this is dolce. I don't know if they put that in music, but that's definitely in desserts. To an extent, maybe it's in part. And to engage, it might be to hire. Setting for it's going to be the time zone setting for the Times Square ball drop. It's going to be Eastern time. Okay. Not a huge fan of this clue. But it feels extra misleading given that they reference the ball drop explicitly. But I guess that makes it so that it's definitely going to be not daylight time. It's going to be EST and not EDT. But anyways, I digress. A grump. Sulk? Maybe it's. Well, is grump a verb? Can you grump? I know you can be grumpy, but can you grump? Maybe it's just Nella or Nelly. Sinuous, and maybe that's gonna be snaky. I see. Maybe this is just Mayday. Okay, I have to say, fun Saturday. Again, I was expecting this to be a lot easier, but I guess I'm just pleased that I was able to finish it. Yeah, some of these were kind of tricky. I guess it doesn't help that again I'm a little bit out of practice. We're brushing the dust off. And by dust I mean rust. We're rusting ourselves. No, none of that makes any sense. But anyways, good Saturday. We're gonna continue to play catch up. Sunday's next, and I'll see you for the next one.